Hey guys, it's Katie here with Life in the Mundane, and I don't know about you guys, but my kids ask me so many questions every single day. And while there is a wide variation of topics, oftentimes you can pretty much bet that the topic is going to have something to do with food. Mom, what's for dinner? Mom, can I have a snack? Mom, I'm hungry. When are we going to have for breakfast tomorrow morning? Whatever it is, they always want to know what is next for food, and they want more. So today we're going to be talking about how do we handle snacking and how do we handle snacks between meals. What's sort of our policy on that? How do we have it organized? We're going to answer the question of when is snack time and what is for snack time, especially in a homeschool family when they want to snack more often because they're home more often. So let's get started with some of those quick tips. Okay, so like I said, I want you to know that while I make that joke about the millions of questions, and it is true, they do ask that question a lot. I love my children. I'm happy to answer their questions, but the questions about food do get old. So I do want to share with you guys what has worked for us. If you guys have a system for snacks that's already working for you, awesome. Don't change it. Keep going. I am more than happy for you guys, and I don't want to discourage you from doing what you are doing. There's not one right way or wrong way to do snack time. For our family, a couple of factors that have factored into it is the fact that we do homeschool. So my kids are at home all the time, and if they were left to their own will, they would snack all day long, and so much so that they wouldn't eat the meals that I prepare for them that are actually good for them and that their body needs. So we do have to regulate snacks a little bit more than if, say, they were in a traditional school setting because of the amount of time they have the ability to snack if left to their own wills. The second thing is we have had trouble in the past with some of my kiddos, especially those with special needs, who have a tendency to get into food during times when they're not supposed to, or who can tend to steal food and hide it. And so because of that, we've had to handle snacks a little bit differently as well. Maybe you don't deal with either one of those issues. And again, that's great. These tips can still be helpful. But I do want that to be kind of a heads up, because I know a lot of people who have just sort of an open kitchen policy, come in, grab whatever you want. And again, that is awesome if that works for you, but it didn't end up working for us due to some of our family scenario and situations. So let's jump into our quick tips. We're gonna answer the question first of when is snack time. Instead of having an open call kitchen, we ran into this issue a lot. We decided to set 2 set snack times a day. And we have that at 10 a.m. between breakfast and lunch, and at 3 p.m. between lunch and dinner. Now, the problem with this is that I would lose track of time, or we'd be in the middle of a school lesson and I'd go, oh, let's just finish this math lesson before we jump into snack time or whatever. And then it would get forgotten or pushed back, and then it was so close to lunch. And we just ran into this issue a lot of struggling for me to remember or for me to actually stop long enough for us to grab a snack, especially when we're on a roll with school. You don't want to get derailed. I know that. But my kids would get frustrated, or they would get really hungry, and I obviously don't want to deprive them of any food. So we decided instead to agree on a 10 a.m. and a 3 p.m. snack time. Part of the way that we keep ourselves accountable with that is by using Alexa. We set a timer that is set for every single day at 10 a.m. and at 3 p.m. and it just goes off in our living room and it tells them it's snack time. And my kids know at that point, they don't need to come to me to ask at all. They can just go get their snack, and I'll show you how we handle that here in just a second. But it has eliminated this question, and I have talked to my kids that unless I have said special circumstances otherwise, those are the only 2 times that we're gonna be taking a snack. So there eliminates the question of, well, when is that next snack? They know it's predictable, it's not dependent on me remembering or what we're possibly into at that time. When Alexa goes off, that's where we're gonna get it. If you don't have an Alexa, you could definitely set an oven timer or your phone timer, and it would work the same way. The nice thing about this is just that it's set every single day and I don't have to think about it. So by setting the timers, you won't have to answer the question of when is snack time. And by setting designated areas for your snacks, you're not gonna have to answer the question of what is for snack time. For some reason, I felt like there had to be a lot of variation for snacks, which now looking back, I see is sort of ridiculous. They have plenty of variation in their foods during their normal meal times. They don't really need a whole bunch of options and a change in options when it comes to their snacks. It's okay if they're the same options every day. So give yourself that freedom that if that's what works best for you and your budget, do it. They can pick one thing from that fruit or that veggie area, and then they can pick one thing from our pantry, from our snack station. I have a basket, as you can see, of fruit that is always full on the counter for snack time, and I have a drawer in my fridge full of cut veggies. Now, right now, there's only bags of carrots in there, and that is it. Sometimes I have sliced peppers or, other veggies, things like that I will have full in that drawer, but there are at least those two options at all times. Here you can see we have our full pantry of all of our food, and down at the bottom, you'll notice we have these 3 drawer shelves. This gives them at least one healthy option, and then an additional option as well to fill their bellies. As you can see, I have my savory and sorted chalkboard labels that I love. If you guys saw my Instagram post on that, I got those in the mail the other day and was so excited to use them in my pantry. And no, this video is not sponsored by them. I just love the product and had to show it off to you guys. I love the fact that they are reusable, that they are washable, they can go in the dishwasher, and we've used them all over. You should be sure to check out my Instagram, because coming up next week, I'm gonna actually be sharing some of the ways that we are using it in our home right now that we love to do. But basically, I have them labeled as sweet, something salty, and then surprise. Now, not all of these drawers are gonna be full at all times. I don't promise that. But I do typically go with the same kinds of snacks each week. So in this salty drawer, you can almost always find packages of peanut butter crackers from Sam's Club. Now, as you can see, it's a little sparse right now because we didn't end up getting another package this week, and that's fine. But then we have the sweet drawer, which has some granola bars and some applesauce cups. I don't typically get applesauce cups, but they were on sale at Sam's Club, so I ended up purchasing those, and so that's what we have. So they can always count that there will be something sweet or something salty that they can pick from, but it's not a guarantee what it's gonna be. Sometimes it'll be bags of Ziploc bags of pretzels or popcorn or something like that, but those are already set. Then the surprise drawer is not always full. It's just if I happen to find something that is special, that is out of the ordinary of what I normally buy, I will put something in that drawer. So this particular week, we have some fruit snacks that I snagged on a Dillon sale several months ago, and I will stock this in my garage. I have sort of a hidden area for those snacks, and every once in a while I'll pull out a fun treat, but because it was the first week of school, I put in a fun treat in there. And they love to be able to know exactly what they can get. I don't have to go through and say, oh no, you can't have 2 fruit snacks, or oh no, you need to make sure you get something healthy to eat. That expectation is just set outright. It also helps me to know the same snacks. Again, I might vary it a little bit here and there depending on what's on sale or if it's a special occasion, but for the most part, it stays the same, and that makes my life easier. It helps me to stick to my budget better as well. I don't purchase all pre-purchased or pre-packaged snacks, but I always reuse those Ziploc bags. So we get the snack bags from Dollar Tree, and when the kids get done with their carrots or whatever, they have a bucket that they put it in, a little basket that they put it in, and I actually will rinse those out and reuse those for similar type things. So if they had veggies in them before, they'll have veggies in them again. And this allows me to be able to get a lot more use out of them and not have quite as much waste. Now, eventually they do wear out and I do have to throw them away, but I can get a lot more bang for my buck that way and not go through as many. I have looked into resealable Ziplocs, but they're so expensive, and when you multiply that times 6 kids, it gets costly. But if you guys have a Ziploc, reusable Ziploc or reusable pouch that you love, drop it down in the comments. I would love to hear. I'm all open for ideas, and I would love the idea of getting away from using Ziploc so much, but just haven't come across the right thing that's in my budget yet. So this has really helped. The system has really helped with keeping our kids regulated as far as food. They're eating a really good, healthy snack and getting to enjoy their food during meal times. It has really reduced our stress. And if you guys want to see more what we do at meal times and how we handle planning out our meals, you guys can check that out in the iCards above. And I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. Bye.